5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How's everyone's week been?
It's been pretty good. What the heck was that? Pancakes, bacon, and eggs with a raisin on top.
This isn't
I
breakfast.
know what you're talking about.
2 o'clock p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, well, you know what? Screw your 2 o'clock p.m. Central Time. I'm having breakfast.
Really?
Actually, no, I'm not eating anything at all, but...
Today I'm not eating anything.
I'm just gonna sit here and veg.
No copyrighted music parodies.
But Nesto, they're parodies. They can't be copyrighted.
There's no music though. It's just singing.
Exactly.
It's just straight singing.
Come on, Mesto.
They can't sue us for singing.
Maybe they can, Var. Whoa, maybe they can.
Well, the world's going crazy. There are zombies walking around naked in Minecraft. There are people taking videos of a copyrighted game in a barn out in the middle of nowhere. Who knows what they'll do now?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe lyrics and tunes. Maybe they can copyright claim our voices.
Oh god, they tried. They've already done that. They put a copyright claim on one of our videos just for having our own voices in it.
It's funny because it's like true.
This random channel on YouTube like copyrighted us or something, and because we were talking it, we had like no music in there. It was just our voices, and they like put a copyright claim on it.
Yeah, no. Well, in that case, we need to be defiant. The lion. Gotta give
No
him a
fight.
no.
That will open their eyes. Music parodies or music. But it's not a music parody, it's just the lyrics. Are those copyrighted too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are individual words copyrighted now?
Yes.
My life has no meaning.
Yes, they are scrolls. Private.
Scrolls.
Yeah, Scrolls is copyright. Oh, dang.
Black Ops is
My life
copyrighted.
is coming to an end.
Halo's
Yeah.
copyrighted by numerous people. But, yeah, you know.
Dang.
What an exciting opening compared to our normal boring.
This has been the first time in a long time, just the 4 of us.
Yes. And who are the 4 of us, you may ask? Well, I'm Messina.
I'm Vardaran.
I'm LJ.
And I'm Queenie.
And this is TTV episode 34.
We're going back to the start.
No copyright music.
Well, we may as well be. When was the last time it was just the 4 of us?
Never.
Exactly.
We should take this episode to look back in the past at our good times and our bad times.
You know what?
We should take this episode and throw it at you like a rock.
You know what, guys? I think this is a perfect opportunity to do, what was it? Looking back, or whatever. The good old looking back on
I don't feel like looking back.
I guess we could do looking back impromptu, but, you know.
iBZP, guys.
Yeah,
Anybody
we don't
else
have
remember those days?
We don't really have anything prepared for looking back though.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Var. I'm Keeney. We're looking back today.
Last night.
Oh my god, Messa, you are so obnoxious back.
Yeah. No. The only thing we shouldn't look back on is the last episode of iBZP.
You know what? I think we should look back on LJ's entire career.
Gosh.
If you can even call it that.
Actually, if we do want to do looking back, I have some files saved on my computer here that I
God, Var, we don't want to see them.
that I saved previously for a looking back that we never ended up doing.
Oh God,
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
I don't know
sure.
whether to be afraid or afraid.
We'll do it. We'll do it impromptu. This was not planned out. We're not expecting to do this, but sure, we'll do it after the news.
Alrighty then. Well, we may have to do it last, actually.
That works.
Okay.
Well,
alright, so, move on.
We'll jump right into the news, which is pretty interesting this week. A bunch of nonsense and then 2 interesting things, so if you would be so kind.
Alright, today in the news we have record for tallest Lego tower broken. Star Wars Fun Zone app available. Monster outbreak spreads overseas. Hero Factory movie in the works. Ninjago Miniland at Legoland Germany. Hero Creator now updating. Free stop at Brick's Cascade. Warm up Flash Fiction Marathon and 2 new Legoland Discovery Centers opening. And that, my friends, is news and commentary.
Hooray! Yay!
No! I hate this dude! Except for all that stuff with Brick Cascade. I wish I could
Are you
be
going?
there.
You should go.
I'd love to go. It's actually in the state right next to me. Not that very far away. But not in the agenda this year.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Just skimming over the other stuff, Legoland Discovery Centers hooray, a new contest, which actually has an interesting premise. You should enter at Keeney.
I would, but I've got other stuff I'm doing.
I know another story writing person that we know that should enter.
Except she shouldn't, because
I don't
think Bionicle and Caught short stories are meant to be all about cats.
I don't know. Have you ever heard of a Muwakatoa? I'm sure it can happen.
Wow, just wow, that's all I can say.
But anyway,
it's flash fiction. There's a new theme every day, but I'm sure she'll find some way to incorporate the fact that everyone is a cat. That's all I can say on that subject.
Well, there's also the Ninjago Miniland at Legoland Germany, which I actually find interesting. It's like a bunch of live-action models and attractions of everything from Ninjago, including stuff which I didn't even know was from Ninjago. Do you remember a frozen desert at LG? Or a forest of harmony?
Spoiler alert!
Or the Dark Mountain?
Spoiler alert for future seasons of Ninjago.
The frozen desert?
I don't remember any of it.
So stop talking, or Lego's gonna come after us for spoiling all their plans.
They should go after BG Power for spoiling all our plans, because we're now spoiling it on the YouTube.
Yes.
They'll come after us, because we're the people.
Yeah. Of course. The elephant in the room. The big deal.
The elephant in the room?
There's an elephant in the room?
That's an expression.
I've never heard it before.
Well, it's funny because I have, but you know.
The Hollywood Reporter has a story this evening. Well, not this evening, more like
Wednesday evening.
Anyway, that Universal Studios is working to acquire the rights to create a live-action Hero Factory movie.
Actually, you know what?
Crying.
You know what? If it was a Michael Bay movie, it would not be bad, because look at what he did with Transformers.
I think that... I think you just gave us a good example of an oxymoron right there.
Except, Var, think of it this way. It's Hero Factory. Not even Bay can screw that up. No matter how many explosions he adds, the end result will be more action-packed than Hero Factory ever was.
I think you would be a little surprised.
Revenge of the
This guy is Michael Bay. Michael Bay. We're
Do you
talking
prefer
about.
it was a bowl?
Are you sure? Are you sure it isn't Michael Bay? Isn't Michael Guys Bay?
Michael Guys.
Guys, you're not listening. It's Michael Bay.
But Var, my question to you is, who would be worse, Michael Bay or Uwe Boll?
I don't know anyone by the name of Boll. That's what I put my cereal, and I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, it's Boll.
Boll. I don't think I've ever seen this guy in it.
Well, that's because none of them have ever been successful.
Yeah. He's basically the person responsible for a lot of video games or movies.
Oh, you know how they always say that there's never been a good video game adaptation of a movie? Or, sorry, a good movie adaptation of a video game?
Yep.
Yeah, Uwe Boll is the one responsible.
Well, screw you, Uwe Boll.
I don't know. I'm sure there has been. Ever heard of Bionicle the game?
Ever heard of Bionicle the STF-a-doo-doo?
Yeah, but Duke could do it.
Anyway. So basically, the BZP was right. This actually has made waves in the LEGO community. Everywhere you go, BZP, Eurobricks, YouTube, every single place that people talk about LEGO at, this is making the rounds, and it has been met with uncharacteristic, it's actually perfectly characteristic amounts of hate, despair, sorrow, sadness, anger, with a small 1% of hopefulness. Not a single bit of happy news, just hopefulness. What people
that sounds quite dramatic.
What people don't seem to understand is that when they say live-action movie, they do not, in fact, mean people running around in cardboard costumes of the hero.
Not that wouldn't be amusing.
Which I think it would make a lot of money.
Dude, you would be surprised at how many people think that's what they're doing. That's what they think the word live-action means.
Finally, I get my own film.
How can it be like 2012 and you've never heard of like the Transformers movies and how they were done? Those were live action. It's called CGI.
Dude, did you?
No, Meso, it's called iBZP.
It live action involves people, though.
It does indeed. It involves stuff like motion capture. It involves humans. But what they don't understand, they think that the actual characters of the story are going to be botched. They're fine with humans. Most are. And I predicted the story of the actual movie, hands down, because it's Hero Factory. It's not that hard to predict. It's like, villain comes to Earth, wants to conquer Earth, and enslave its population for his own evil purposes. Last-ditch effort by insert human character protagonist here, calls the Hero Factory, which comes save the day in an epic conflict, whereas insert protagonist human name here is taught about the true meaning of being a hero, and that it is not. But rather it's in
sounds like you put a lot of thought into this, Meso.
But rather it's in your heart, in the movie.
No, it's in your core, Meso.
No, it's in your... You know what, I'm not even going to finish that.
It's probably for the best.
Meso, you said that this was going to be a movie with people running around in cardboard suits of armor. Honestly, I have never been so happy to hear I was going to be the main actor in such a high detail film. Not only the main actor, but I'm also going to be the costume designer. I'm so happy right now.
Those who don't know, LJ likes to make little cardboard costumes and run around the street in them.
Hey, he sounds like my stepbrother running around in cardboard BB.
He sounds like someone who should have been arrested.
Well, you know what? This is my prediction now. I'm going to watch this movie, and I am going to rage the whole time because I am not seeing people in cardboard suits.
You're right, that's because they didn't hire me. I got fired on the first day.
Yeah, because you pissed off the director.
No, actually because I ate the whole bowl of donuts they had laid out for everyone.
Wow.
Lovely.
How many was
LJ, you ate the whole bowl.
There's a huge argument going around right now, as is customary whenever Hero Factory gets brought up. This isn't too far behind. Bionicle should have gotten a live-action movie.
Saw that coming.
Oh, yeah.
I think I even said that. I think I even said, like, they would choose the time to do a live-action movie on, like, a contraction line after a Bionicle ended.
Mm-hmm. But what people don't realize is Bionicle did get approached to do a live-action movie. They were going to take Bionicle and put it in a live-action movie and introduce humans into it, and LEGO refused. Because they didn't want to ruin the fiction with humans.
Thankfully.
The thing with the Factory is there's barely a fiction to ruin.
Mm-hmm. No,
I think there's so much fiction that it just can't be ruined.
There's something to be said for having so little to ruin that it's impossible to ruin.
Yeah, at the very least, Hero Factory does have a story, but the thing is about it, Earth exists in that story.
It's also a very extremely episodic story, so it's not like...
This movie will not be connected to any of the other stuff, and it will probably do good, hopefully, because that will set a precedent for other movies to follow off of and improve, and maybe they'll actually be a good movie a couple of years down the line. Even though this may surprise me, and it may be the best movie I've ever seen in my life, but I heavily doubt that.
Unless Michael Jackson... Wow, did I really just...
I don't think there's anything Michael Jackson can do at this juncture.
No, because what's his name? Stringer. Well, that's what he'll be blasting with his guitar. Is beat it as he beats up. As he beats up whatever villain. No.
Beat it!
No. You gotta say it like Stringer. Beat it down, beat it down.
I would sincerely hope that they have Stringer in the movie. I have to wonder, will this be a retelling of a previous story, like the first one, and actually make it good, or will it be a completely new one?
I feel like they're going with the whole like route, like it takes place in like a human world universe or whatever, where like it is right now, like Hero Factory is like toys or whatever. Something happens, heroes go into like a different universe, which happens to be ours. And suddenly toys are real life, and they're fighting, and they're like, "Oh my God, what's happening?"
Then they make a sudden.
I hope not.
Okay, well,
appearance from Bionicle.
And the evil guy, whoever the villain is, goes after like the creator of Hero Factory.
No.
Thinking that he can write the plot or whatever.
If they do that, the evil overlord of the evil toys needs to be Zurg.
The Zurg Construct-A-Figure Lego set.
Yes.
Well, I would sincerely hope that's not the case, but that would actually be probably more interesting than the actual movie will begin.
I have a feeling what they're going to do is they're either going to say Earth exists in the Hero Factory plotline, or they're going to be like, before Hero Factory there was Earth, and insert Maku City... Maku Hero City here with humans instead of robots, and then the humans make robots, and then robot turns evil. Then humans create heroes, and then evil robot dude wins anyways, and everybody dies and or becomes robots, and then you have modern day Hero Factory.
Dude, that would be very interesting, actually.
They even have like Peter Cullen like do the intro for like before there was Hero Factory, there was Earth. And then a big pan zoom.
Before Hero Factory, there was...
And then it shows like scenes of like humans getting destroyed by robots or whatever as robots take over the planet.
Yeah, and then they'll have like a Easter egg scene where it's not like an actual scene from the movie; it's a scene from Terminator.
Yeah, and then it shows like the president hiding in a bunker or whatever, and he's talking to the first lady. He's like, "Okay, this is it. The world's over. We only have one chance left." Oh, mean? Yes, I do. Unleash the heroes. and then Hero Factory, the movie.
Yeah, no. It'll be like Unleash the Heroes, and then you'll just see like the big screen on the wall. And it'll show like blueprints for Stormer or something like that with the code name Operation Hero Factory.
Dude, I swear, if that was the actual movie we'd be getting, it's like I'll give you my money, Lego. I will go see it. That actually sounds very interesting.
Shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
No, screw that. Shut up and give me a movie, and I'll keep my money.
Hello. Well, anyway, that's the basics of the movie. That's our hopes for the movie. Well,
our hopes for the movie. Yeah, we hope the movie will include, humanity being destroyed, because that's, you know what? They're going to show what 2012 is really going to be like. Nuclear war, and then robots taking over. It's kind of like Terminator, except more of a kid's toy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Jimmy
Nebula.
Springer.
No, he's Von Nebula.
Yeah.
Time for the heroes to be destroyed once and for all. I'm Von Nebula. I control the black holes.
Yeah. We'll have all of the biggest names in Hollywood as actors. George Clooney as
Stormer.
Yes, George Clooney as Stormer and
Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Hero.
Iron Man and then the Hero Factory, they briefly bump into each other because all the toys have come along, and some kid had an Iron Man toy, and they're like, "Who are you?"
They said to have a big team up, and then Avengers 2 comes out.
Yeah, in Avengers 2, there will be a little reference to the Hero Factory movie in which there will be a miniature Iron Man walking around in Stark's house.
Wow.
No. The miniature Iron Man replaces the arm bot thing.
No, you see, and then there's gonna be a movie, the Avengers Factory.
Wow, the Avengers Factory. Okay, well, on that note, the Avengers Factory. Okay, well, do any of you even care about the hero creator? Have any of you even tried it except me?
I've never tried it once.
I didn't hear about it until you mentioned it.
Yeah, same.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I'm going to sum this up real quick. They gave next to no promotion for it. No one even knew it was coming out. They did not actually announce it when it was out. It was up to the sleuths who check the website every day obsessively, which is not me, by the way. It's like Doric and Anchor.
And Gata.
Hi, guys.
Gata checks everything obsessively because he's two people.
These two people. It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason Gata is as effective as he is at getting news. He's two people.
Yeah,
he's
and then,
cheating. He's got an unfair advantage.
And then the actual hero creator, it's a good concept, but it sacrifices functionality for being fancy with its 3D goodness, but it left out half the parts from the Hero Factory catalog, advertises itself as letting you build custom Titan sets, when in reality all you can build are clones of one of the 2012 sets, Toxic Reaper. And the thing is, if you build a Toxic Reaper, they didn't actually add in his parts, so if you put it on the gallery to be public, he's missing like his head and his like weapons. And
But
his
Mesto,
shoulder.
what about Rotor?
He does not exist.
Oh, damn.
So it's a nice attempt, and they'll hopefully update it and fix a lot of the problems. There are a bunch more glitches I could rant about for days, and a bunch of design flaws, but I'm not going to because none of you have actually tried it. I'd just be ranting.
care enough.
I'll maybe do I'll do a brought to attention next week, but not this week. So that about wraps it up for the news, I guess. How interesting.
Sounds
Avengers
interesting.
Factory, Meso, Avengers Factory. It will happen.
So I guess, guys, what are we naming this episode?
The
Avengers
Factory.
Factory or no copyrighted parody music.
We should just make an overly complex name, like the Avengers Hero Factory, Revenge of the Toys that came to life in 2012 and attacked the President of the United States, creating a no-human zone.
Sounds like a mouthful.
Just a little bit.
But yeah. Anyway, let's progress into LJ's good old segment.
Now you come to my corner of the world.
Oh, God.
Oh, gross.
Okay, let's hit in the comic maker spotlight. Hello and welcome to another Comic Maker Spotlight. Today we're going to be looking over a comic maker that I probably at some point in the past reviewed, but he is retiring, so I'm going to go over it again. We're going to look over Vataki Teridax, aka the owner of Timely Insanity, 7th generation. Let's look a little bit over the member. Vataki Teridax joined about 4 years ago, and in that time has 3,802 posts in that time. And, yeah, he's been a fairly older comic maker, not older as in age, he's around my age. And but he's been making comics for a while. So let's get right into it. Now, first of all, funny little thing here, the name Timeline Sanity for this specific series, that was actually my idea. I suggested the name Timeline Sanity to him, so if you're ever wondering, he even credited me. So if you're ever wondering, that was my fault. I mean, my idea.
Congratulations, LJ. Let's move on.
So yeah, very quickly looking at the character sheet, there's a wide range of characters. Specifically, some you might recognize. You have the author, you have his siblings, Dr. Giggles and Haley Snicker, all of which are also comic makers, and a lot of PGSs of which you may recognize. Shaft, Gavla, Philip Nova, Just Axe Kyle, and Makuta of Comedy. And then, of course, myself and Alina. The funny thing is that he takes a lot of the comic makers' personalities and plays them off in this. Like, Gavla is a chef, apparently. At least I've seen. And we've seen that in Kumo Rocks' comics. Haley likes to be mean and creepy. And then the ever-consistent, ever-prevalent me having an AK-47 and getting the tar beaten out of me by Alina. Which is actually why I chose out this comic, number 13. At least I think it. Yeah, it is. Comic 13 of this season, the Introduction Saga. So let's dive right into the graphics. The graphics are actually not that bad. The majority of it is actually kind of a photorealistic feel, although it's rearranged. It seems to be arranged by the actual comic maker himself, instead of a picture where he pastes sprites. So it's kind of customized. The living room, the kitchen as it is, kind of confuses me as to why there's a giant Coca-Cola can in the middle of the room. I don't know. But anyway, going on, Vahi uses some certain special effects kind of awkwardly. Not awkward in the sense of they're misused, but awkward in the sense of they don't blend with anything. As seen in this comic, where I apparently appear as a secret weapon, and there's a giant flash behind me, but it doesn't reflect off any of the other characters. Add to that why two of the characters come up to the foreground of the panel, and then the background is kind of blurred. It's very sudden and not very well done. But in the final panel, there's a scene where a bunch of characters are tied to chairs and just tied up and left in a room in the dark, which actually is fairly well done. So the graphics are actually not that bad. Let's move on to comedy. So in this, apparently Snickers is being mean.
Huh?
And all the other PGSs, one of which is wielding a staff, decide to confront her, to where Snickers brings out her secret weapon. Me! Although she apparently threatened to take my mangosteen and lock me in a room with Alina, so I had no choice but to be the secret weapon. So, later on, you can see Alina grab me from behind and drag me off to an inevitable doom, and the characters finally tie up Snickers and, kidnap her or something. I don't know. But yeah, all in all, reading the actual comic, it is actually very funny. There are some times throughout this series where it can be kind of blank at times. You see the joke, you just really don't find it all that amusing. But a lot of the time, it is pretty good. This series does not have a dullness of sorts. It doesn't rely too heavily on one character. Sure, you see Vahi a lot, and maybe Giggles. And Giggles can get a little bit grating on the eyes and the story. and the comedy, okay, he's fairly annoying. But they do not suffer from very much of that, unlike Gobless comics, where... Yeah, I'll get into that later. But yeah, so this is practically his 7th season, or 7th generation. I don't really know what the wording is. But either way, it's a fairly good series, and definitely worth your time. The author's finishing it up. He's retiring from comic making, so I figured, you know what, why not mention this here? So, while it's still up, go check out Timely Insanity, 7th generation. Do you guys have anything to say about it?
I think it's uber well done, personally. I like his style that he uses.
Yeah,
one of my main problems, though, is the font, how it's like all capitals with no punctuation. It's unique. It's kind of like his shtick, but it looks strange.
It's very much like Vahi.
Yeah, so at least it's unique. At least it's not Comic Sans.
Because because it has comic in its name, everybody seems to need to use it.
I definitely haven't used Comic Sans before.
Yeah.
I got jokes. The jokes.
Yeah, no.
So your jokes aren't so much jokes as they are truths that have a ring of hilarity to them.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, in that case, with that, that's Timely Insanity, 7th generation. Check it out while it's still up, and wish him well on his comic-making retirement. That is the Comic Maker Spotlight.
Hooray!
I have a question.
Oh, yeah?
Can you truly retire from something that was never really a career to begin with?
I don't know. Can you retire from a hobby? That's the real question.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really retire from something like that, because, I mean, you can always kind of just go back to it at any day of the week if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you could, but still.
The question is, what is the proper wording of the word retire? Do you mean retire, or do you mean drop off the face of the earth, or do you mean lose interest and move along, or do you mean stop doing what exactly you're doing, but pick up another thing that you decided to do in the meantime?
Do you mean speak like a Messianic, or do you mean speak like a normal human, or...
Wait, did you say move along?
Move along like that.
No copyrighted music.
Even when you're home.
You know what? You and your copyrighted music, Meso, I bet you're one of those guys who goes through random videos and puts copyright claims on them, don't you?
There are people that do that, but I am not one of them.
Yeah, like those people who stinking copyrighted my voice.
Yeah.
LJ's voice is now copyrighted.
Oh, no!
LJ's voice, copyright of Yogscast 2012.
Really?
I don't know.
Really, dude? Really?
I don't know.
Really?
LJ's TTV voice is copyright of Rooster Teeth.
LOL.
Wait, what?
We're now a copyright of Rooster Teeth, guys.
Wait, what?
Yep. How fun. Well, that was a nice Comic Maker Spotlight.
I know, it always is.
Is Var still here?
Yeah.
He's currently looking back clips.
Yep, he's
a Var fan.
Mm-hmm. This totally isn't a huge stalling session or anything.
Stalling, stalling. We're stalling for time because Vardaran is dumb and he didn't get ready for looking back because he could have before, but he didn't no more, so we're stalling. Oh, you better listen.
You could have before, but you didn't know, so it's stalling. I would just spice this out, but this is a lolzy section. So, guys, any jokes you want to tell?
Joke.
I got a joke.
Oh, hey.
I have a joke. You guys want to hear a funny joke?
Not really.
LJ.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's so funny, isn't it?
So, I got a better joke. So a sniper walks into his house and
here we go.
He greets his wife. You know what he says? Says, "Honey, I'm home. I really missed you." He's a sniper.
This is my laugh of that. That's really not funny, but I'm gonna make you feel better.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can now begin to look back at our previous lives.
Okay, well, so I saved a few clips from a while ago, and these are actually some of the very first things we've ever done as far as podcasting. So a lot of them are mostly me. Actually, I think they're all me, Star, and Sideswipe. Sorry, Meso, I couldn't find any of your fails at the moment, but we'll do that next week.
Okay.
So,
Last night.
We've done that already. We've done last night.
No, we have not enough. 6 times doesn't make up for the 12 trillion times.
So, this one was when we were.
Keep in mind, audience, just keep in mind before you do that. I don't even know. None of us know what any of this is except Vars. We're going into this completely blind.
Oh God! Suddenly, I'm terrified.
Alright, so this is one of the, I think this is on iBZP episode 1, and just a little history lesson for those who don't know, iBZP was our previous podcast before we, changed a few things and, switched, order and leadership and everything, and we became TTV. So we recorded, I think about 10 episodes before we switched over to TTV, and, this is from iBZP episode 1, and this is when we were trying to, start the episode, and we kept failing at doing the intro. So, play.
I hope this is clean.
Alright, hello BZ Power members. I'm Varpanak. I'm Varpanak. You were supposed to say your name. Hello BZ Power members, this is Varpanak. This is Varpanak.
Nice, that was the epic fail! No.
Hello, I'm Varpanak.
I'm Sideswipe. I'm Star Crew 411.
Okay. That's... yeah, okay. Now... Hello, BZP. Wait, what? I don't know what's going on.
Okay, Varpanak.
Yeah. Notice how my voice has actually changed.
Yeah. Everyone says.
In our own
Yep.
special way.
Okay.
Their own special way. Everybody has changed.
Okay, this is also from my iBZP episode 1. I'm pretty sure all of these are, but so we're talking or whatever, and Star interrupts the podcast with this interesting.
Okay, well...
And that's my song. Alright, this is Superman. Alright, I guess we better edit out.
So yeah, and we decided to end the podcast at that point because Star and everything.
I seem to recall from the short time I knew him that he would have problems with his phone randomly ringing.
Yeah, it was either his mom or his phone that would interrupt the episode.
Oh yeah, every time. Oh, and what was the excuse for him having to have the phone right there? And then, like, his mom wanted to be able to call him. Because she was like...
I don't remember.
I don't know, something like that. I think it was that he had to have the phone there so that his mom could call from downstairs or something.
What I never understood was why he couldn't just put it on, like, vibrate or silent or something if it was right there.
Or even just friggin' turn off that phone. But yeah, Star was an interesting fellow.
This next one is one of our mini arguments.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
During the middle of an episode. I think this is actually from, like, one of the episodes that we lost, we ended up doing. Anyway, so yeah, Var and Star argue.
Hey, wait, I got a quick idea.
Dude, we're recording.
It's an idea for the recording. This is a shout-out to members.
Dude, save that for at the end of the cast.
It's a shout-out. We do it now.
No, dude, save it. We're talking about this news thing right now.
It's about that news. As a side note. Just let me say it. Okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, seeing as Sideswipe wanted to know if we ever got to our 10th episode that we give a giveaway. So here's the contest that I'm making up. And if he doesn't like it, he can live with it. We're going to have a guess the trader thing. Whoever enters the first person to enter the right thing, whoever the trader is, when the movie comes out, they get a prize.
What if there's like 5 different people who get
I said
right?
First person.
Okay, whatever. Why is Blackout telling us to shut up?
Because he's stupid. And yes, we
can't
can
even
say
hear
that
him,
on here.
But Blackout's in the very
Black Six.
background.
Dude.
Star.
Stop it. I can't hear Blackout.
Blackout,
I heard a mumble. Every time.
Blackout, we're only
That's why you
hearing
need to
mumbling.
download Audacity so we can actually hear him.
Yes, Blackout, download Audacity.
He can't. His dad won't let him. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's good.
Wait, Blackout, why can't you download Audacity? Okay, chill. Chill. We just asked a question.
Alright, and next up we have...
And that was a ghost attack in there.
What the heck?
So yeah. So we were in the middle of an episode or whatever, and Star literally just pops up, interrupting everything to talk about a contest that he had come up with out on the spot without ever asking me at all.
That guy's
Hey,
straight.
Var. Hey, Var. The trader is met us. Can I have my prize now?
We never even gave away like a prize or anything.
Yeah, we did. Samiki.
Well, that was a different thing. And then it was funny because then Star like had a contest on a blog or whatever, and then the guy won and he never gave a prize away because his mom wouldn't let him. So the guy raged and changed his name to StarPrew411. So Star couldn't change his name back to that.
I remember.
That's funny, 'cause it's true, I remember that too, and I was like campaigning for his defense.
Yeah.
Man, I wasn't here for that.
Nope.
Yeah, there was some interesting times there on iBZP, but
Okay. Wasn't there one time where you, me, Star, and Sideswipe had like this massive argument in the middle of a segment? And it was just the 4 of us attacking each other?
yeah, I think it started when we were like talking about the MIB and Black Six and everything, and you know how Star hated Black Six for whatever reason, and like even in that recording, he like did like or said something rude about Black Six or something like that, and I was like, dude, said dude a lot, but yeah, I think it started with that. Star said something about Black Six or the MIB, or Sideswipe started talking about the MIB, started something about Black Six, and then everything just evolved from there.
I think it was like I think it was Sides mentioned the MIB, then Star got all like, the MIB are great, they're attacking Black Six, or something like that. And me and Sides all started going at Star. Then Star started.
And then I was all like, guys, we're in the middle of an episode.
in the middle of an episode.
Oh my god. Wow.
Oh, they're great times.
I don't know about great.
Well,
These
they
were
all-
times. These were times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you know, the infamous Star's mom.
Yeah.
That one time we were trying to record an episode and it just so happened to be Star's birthday. He didn't tell us that it was his birthday at all or anything. It was like last minute. We're about to record. Star's like, guys, I can't record. It's my birthday. We're like, what? Why not? And then he's like, because my mom doesn't want me to, or something like that. And we were like, well, can't you ask her if you can? So then his mom comes on and starts yelling at us for trying to change him.
No. That was a different. Like, his mom freaked out at us then because she was like, you know, I've decided that my son doesn't get to do this. You don't get to change that. She was freaking out on us that time. And then there was another time where this was after Star started causing a bunch of problems, and we were getting annoyed with him finally. And we were like, dude, you need to, you know, be nicer. You can't expect everybody to, like, be friends with you and keep you around if you're going to be a total ass to them all. And his mom came up and started screaming at us for trying to change him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when his mom came up there.
It was just some hilarious stuff.
It's all in the past.
It's all in the past.
We miss you, Star. We miss you. We want you on the podcast again.
I don't.
Do you have any more clips?
I don't.
Do you have any more clips?
They're kind of uninteresting though.
All right.
Yeah, just so long as it isn't from the last episode of iBZP, then I'm fine.
Yep.
What's wrong with the last episode of iBZP?
It was the most boring thing in the world. That's what's wrong with it.
I'll put it this way. Go back and listen to the last episode of iBZP. That was an episode I hosted with Meso and Alina.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
It was high-pitched Meso ranting, high-pitched old young LJ hosting, and then Alina's first appearance ever back when she talked even less than she does now.
I remember I conveniently missed that. I think I was there for, like, virtually every episode of iBZP up to, like, episode 9. And then there was nothing.
Well, that was around the time when everyone started, like, ditching us or whatever, because at one point, after, like, Star went on the chat and invited, like, every single BZ Power member he could to iBZP, we had, like, an overflux of, like, tons of hosts or whatever. And then slowly from that point, we started losing them one by one until it was just, like, me, Meso, Keeney, LJ, Makuta Vahi, and Glatorian Jaller.
Mm-hmm. That guy.
And because Sideswipe had left at this point because he wanted to focus on college, I think. I'm not sure. But, yeah, so it got to the point where no one showed up. Keeney, I don't know what happened to you. Makuta Vahi just disappeared all of a sudden. Glatorian Jeller suddenly had a life. And
I think what it was is I got annoyed because there was so much, like, GJ was being himself, and then there was, like, problems with my mic, and, like, problems in my actual at-home life and stuff like that, and I was just like, screw this all, I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
And then I come back,
yeah,
and Messo's in charge of the podcast. We've been renamed to TTV. LJ's a host, and Elena's around all the time, and all of these people I don't know are here, and I'm totally confused. And
So yeah, what had happened was, Makuta Vahi was gone, GJ was gone, so then it was just me, Meso, and LJ pretty much. And then I don't remember why or what happened. I know that I did this weird publicity stunt where I, like, disappeared or left the podcast and made LJ in charge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or something.
That was kind
And LJ, of course, was terrible at his job.
Okay, hang on. I remember this. Yeah, we had this thing going where we wanted to test the rest of the cast. So VAR was going to temporarily take leave and see how I would do as the host. If I did well and people liked me as the host, then VAR would just, break from iBZP completely. If not, he'd, come back in. Well, turns out that Meso and VAR at that time wanted to initiate a plan they had been thinking up, which was TTV. Mm-hmm. And so I had the honor of hosting the last episode. And we were so low on people, it was me and Meso, and no one else was on. So I turned to my good friend Alina, and I'm like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? Because I'd known her prior, and she said, okay, sure. So she's been here ever since.
No.
And
Has she really been here, or did she really just get here? Because at the time she never talked, so she may as well not have been there.
Yeah, she didn't say a word. She said, "I'm Alina," and that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I guess so.
And that was only after we begged her for like 5 minutes to say it. It was like, Alina.
Speaking of begging, that reminds me of GJ when he first got on iBZP, because at that point, iBZP wasn't really a BZ Power podcast. It was like a BZ Power chat podcast, because everyone went on this chat room, dedicated to BZ Power or whatever, that Venom started. And around that time, our only audience really came from there. And GJ happened to be one of our biggest fans or something, apparently, and he would constantly send me messages over BZ Power and the BZPC over and over again, begging to be on iBZP. And I was like, I really don't want you to be on, but I'll say yes so you shut up. And then, like, a week later, he was on, like, one episode, didn't say anything. A week later, he was like, yeah, I can't do iBZP.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was interesting. I'm gonna put it that way.
I just remember we had the 4 or 5 main hosts before LJ came along, and we would get into our own arguments, right? And it was like you, Var, it was myself, Meso, Var, Star, and Sides, and we ended up being like the main hosts at the time. And we would get into our own arguments, and then all of the dudes that we brought in from the chat would, like, take sides.
Yes.
And then, like, everyone would just have this massive argument, and then, you know, we'd have people who weren't even really part of the podcast who were just there for an episode being all like, you guys are horrible, you should do it this way. Yeah, and then finally when we started TTV, it all got better. But I just remember Star and GJ making a ton of trouble for us because I thought we should do things differently.
It's almost hard to believe that we've been podcasting for almost 4 years now.
Well, I remember back when you were thinking of TTV, I was like, no, this is a bad idea. Don't do it.
Except Meso, it was probably more like, no, this is a bad idea. Don't do it.
No, seriously, I hated the idea of TTV, like, restarting iBZP.
You said you liked it.
No, I did not. I was opposed to it from the very start. Over time, I liked it. Over time, I grew used to the proposition and said, okay, fine, let's just do it. It'll probably turn out good. But initially, I got into this argument with you on the BZPC where we were like, no, I was saying, no, we must stick with iBZP. We must stick with what name notoriety we have built up. Or, we must stick with the name notoriety we have built up.
Not that we
I can't imagine.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember you being, like, always for it.
Yeah, I got used to it over time.
I remember I got word of this shortly before it was bound to happen. And I was just like, yeah, you know what, that's probably the best idea you guys have ever had. Ever.
I know, right?
Because I was like, seriously, Var, that's probably the best thought your brain has ever cooked up, ever.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yeah, and then I, like, leave and come back and TTV's here. I'm like, what the I'm totally what happened because I forgot about it. I knew about TTV before I left, and then I come back and there's TTV. I'm like, what happened to iBZP? We're TTV now.
Oh.
Okay then, I'm just gonna go with it and pretend I know what's going on.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, that was memory lane, or looking back, whatever.
We should do this more often.
You should.
Cause, yeah, I got some clips prepared for next, or well, not prepared at the moment, but I've got some perfect ones for next week.
Oh, sweet.
We should have more episodes where it's just the 4 of us, because sometimes it's too hectic with more people.
Yeah.
Either more hectic or not as hilarious.
Hilarious, what a term. Well.
Hilarious. It's like hilarious and laugh out loud put together, except twice as funny as both.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you guys stuck it out till the end so you actually saw this, well, listen to this whole segment. I was thinking about making this like a completely separate video, looking back, a TTV special, but that wouldn't work if it's going to be a weekly segment, so I'll probably just leave it in and hope people watch it.
You know what? If you guys listen to this video, type gorillas. comment section.
No. Tell us who the traitor is.
Tell us who the traitor is in the comment section if you.
Spoiler alert: the traitor is Menace.
No, I haven't seen that movie yet.
No, the traitor is Barracks.
I remember Menace, though. Didn't you and me have this huge argument over who it was?
Yes, because Menace seemed far too obvious.
No, the traitor is Matanui.
The traitor is Ron.
Guys, the traitor's Matanui. Don't you get it? Matanui killed Makuta, and Makuta was actually trying to save all of the Baramagnans. Then Matanui killed him, and then disappeared, so that all of the Baramagnans and the Toa and the dudes would have to survive without him, and they'd be totally screwed if anything bad happened because their god is gone.
All right, moving on.
But yeah, thank you for listening. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, rate, /subscribe,
comment and subscribe, guys.
And, we appreciate your viewership, and, thank you. So.
Is it like you said, we appreciate your Jewishship?
No. your viewership. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you, the viewer, did not watch, actually, we would.
Goodbye. Shut up, Kenny. It's time to end the podcast now.
So yeah, thank you for listening. I'm Messuck.
I'm Barneran.
I'm LJ.
And I'm Cheaty.
And this was TTV episode 34, name to be decided. Goodbye.